organized by the Federal House of Representatives Ad-Hoc Committee, set up to investigate the operations of real estate developers in the country. Ideally, proper land use is important to the growth of every country, which is why this committee is determined to see that we get it right in our beloved nation's capital, and by extension, Nigeria. Today we are going to focus more on FCT. FCT is blessed with a large landmass and has been magnanimous with its policies to encourage mass housing development in the territory, as its fair contribution in reducing the national housing deficit. This is demonstrated in the mass housing policy of the FCT. Unfortunately, majority of players in the housing development sector have not reciprocated this magnanimity, thereby creating a weak housing sector, which is clearly inimical to the land value chain, from value for money for the subscribers to a sustainable revenue base for government. This workshop seeks to bring to fore the objectives of this committee, which are primarily to create value for subscribers whose investment is being undermined by erring developers, as they are either outrightly being defrauded or partially cheated. This ranges from cases where homes are constructed with substandard materials to cases where fully paid homes are not being delivered at all. 2, to diagnose the root causes of the lapses and gaps in the regulations and its efficient implementation to make appropriate recommendations to relevant government agencies for better performance. 3, to identify all possible revenue leakages to the government and profile strategies for recovering unpaid revenues, thereby preventing further financial impunity in the sector. The committee hopes to harness the experience of all the participants in this workshop in different presentation sessions, as well as question and answer discussion. Therefore, the next 2 days will avail us the opportunity to robustly discuss the following. 1, to critically analyze the existing laws governing mass housing real estate sector in comparison with global best practices, with a view of repositioning the Nigeria real estate sector. 2, appraise the policies in place, review progress of failures recorded so far in the sector, so as to develop a proposed sustainable system for FCT. To discuss the committee findings from its sittings and oversight inspections. To discuss also the economy of the real estate industry, we shall clearly articulate the value chain in this multi-trillion naira industry and identify why the FCT has not been getting its fair share. This committee's preliminary findings indicated that the FCT has been losing an estimated 600 billion annually in revenue accruable to it from the real estate sector. Take, for example, a house or a land is sold for, let's say, 500 million naira. The lawyer gets his fair share, that's his legal fee. The agent gets his brokerage fee. The bank gets its transaction charges, and government gets nothing if the transaction is not presented for registration. We have a lot of cases like that. So this kind of transactions go on in volumes every day, unregulated, leaving government with the perennial struggles of meeting up its responsibilities of providing modern amenities for its people. Many of these transactions are done in cash, making the industry a safe haven for money laundering and illicit financial flows. The time to change this narrative is now. Thank you. The committee also hopes to discuss the consumer protection laws as it relates to the real estate industry. This is necessitated from the hundreds of petitions submitted to this committee by members of the public who have been shortchanged by dubious developers operating freely in the industry. A pathetic case is the case before us now, that of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, who paid over 4.2 billion naira to a developer since 2009, and is yet to get even one house delivered to its staff, and thousands of similar cases. We all can imagine what has been happening to many Nigerians and yet untold. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Minister, it may interest us all to note that in a short time, this committee has carried out its mandate, including but not limited to investigative sittings, oversight investigations to some sites, citizen dispositions, petitions, and due diligence accounts by desk officers attached to us from the FCT. At the end of this workshop, we hope to gather enough intellectual resources from all participants to begin a revolutionary reform process needed to pave the way for an effective and well-regulated real estate sector for the benefit of all. Nigeria is not a state bereaved of laws and orderliness. Honorable Minister, sir, you are entrusted with enormous powers by the Constitution to enforce the provisions of the law establishing the Federal Capital Territory for the common good of all Nigerians living or visiting the FCT. We as lawmakers and representatives of the Nigerian people shall never relent in giving you the needed support to carry out your constitutional duties. Posterity shall hold us all to judgment if we all abuse this trust, either by our actions or inactions. The process to check nefarious activities of many developers must begin today. We can no longer continue to resist development in our dear country by yielding to the pressure of a few all-influential anti-development oligarchs. We implore you to demonstrate the political will most needed at this critical moment in the development of the FCCC. That is the Federal Capital City. We are certainly sitting on a ticking time bomb, and history shall record it, that at this time we have the opportunity to restore the confidence of Nigerian people in our ability to preserve their commonwealth. And we did it for our people to the glory of the Almighty Creator. Honorable Minister, on behalf of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the House, the leadership of the House, and the entire members of the Federal House of Representatives, we thank you very much for your support. We thank you very much for your support. Now you have given this, for the support that you have given this committee. You demonstrated this by ensuring that we have committed desk officers from all departments as it relates to this investigative committee. I would also like to thank the speaker and especially the special thanks goes to the deputy speaker, who is always very supportive, and the entire leadership of the House, and also my honorable colleagues, who has also equally been very helpful. Thank you very much. And thank you again.